Well, good morning. Happy New Year. So, if you're not already at your practice space, go ahead and move over to your mat and we'll get started. All right, so we'll start in a seated position today. So, go ahead and come into a comfortable seat. You might decide to sit cross legged if that's comfortable for your body. You might decide to sit in another way if it's not. And then allow your eyes to close and just begin to sense how you feel today. So, maybe you stayed up late, maybe you didn't. Take a moment to notice how your body feels, what thoughts or emotions might be present for you, particularly as we start this new calendar year. Where are your thoughts? And then just take a few slightly deeper breaths in and out through your nose. Beginning to feel how the breath really anchors you into the present, no matter where your thoughts, emotions are at, no matter what you're feeling in your body. Your breath brings you back to the present. And then we'll guide our palms together in front of the heart. Allow the fingers to interlace. Press the palms forward and up. Start to reach up through one hand and up through the other side. Left and right a few times. Little tug on the fingers. Elongate each arm, sensing down each side of your body. All right, let the hands release down to the floor. We're going to move our arms with the breath. So as you inhale, sweep your arms back out and up. Palms join above the head. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, out and down. Release the hands toward the floor. Again, inhale, out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll change it a little this time. Inhale, reach up. Now, this time as you exhale, twist to your right side. And as you release your arms down, that left hand is going to come somewhere near your right leg. And your right hand somewhere near the floor or a cushion behind you if you're sitting up on one. And then pause here in the twist as you inhale and grow tall. So the top of the head reaches up. Back of the neck is long. Exhale. Head slowly turns to look back. And then take a few rounds of breath here. Just sensing the length of your torso as you breathe in and the subtle twist as you breathe out. All right, now the next time that you inhale, reach your arms back up, untwist, join the palms above the head, exhale your hands down to your heart. Now we'll do the other side. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, twist to the left, release the arms down. So right hand comes to left leg, left hand towards the floor or a cushion behind you. Pause in the rotation, inhale, grow tall. So the torso is nice and long, back of the neck elongates. Exhale, feeling into the twist, head turns to look back. Take several rounds of breath here. Again, inhaling, feeling the length of your torso. Exhale, easing your way into twist. So try not to force it with the arms, but just let your arms support the amount of twist that's possible in your torso. All right, take one more round of breath. And then inhale, reach up, untwist, join the palms above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart. All right, so we'll shift onto hands and knees. As you bring yourself onto hands and knees, if your knees are sensitive to the floor that you are on, you might decide to put a little blanket or a pillow or something soft under your knees just for some support if that's helpful for you. And then take your hands about shoulder distance, knees about hip distance. We'll move through a few cycles of cat and cow. So as you inhale, let the belly drop. Lift your head and your tailbone. And then as you exhale, tuck your tail, round your back, bring your chin toward your chest. Again, with an inhale, the belly drops. Head and tail lift up. And exhale, tuck and round. All right, one more. Breathing in. And breathing out. All right, bring your torso back to neutral and then lift your left knee up and out to the side. So as you lift this left knee, start to rotate through your hip. So the left knee is drawing a circle. Now, as you do this, try to let the movement come almost exclusively from your left hip. So try not to move your torso any more than necessary and try to keep your arms straight. And then change direction, same leg, go the opposite way. All right, so the next time you inhale, reach your left foot back. Exhale, bring your left knee into your chest and round your back. 2 more times. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee into the chest. 1 more inhale back. Exhale, knee into the chest. All right, take your left leg back out to the side, but just step your foot out to the side. So your leg is directly out from your hip. And then just walk your hands in so you can lift your torso up. And then we'll take the left hand to rest on the left leg. Sweep the right arm up alongside the head. All right, now letting your torso stay in this side bend, take your right hand to your right shoulder and then start to rotate. So now your right elbow is drawing a big circle in space. All right, change directions, same arm. All right, now take that right arm back up alongside your head. Take one more full breath in and out. All right, lifting up, release your right arm. Now we'll step the left foot forward into a short lunge. So as this left foot steps forward, the knee is over the ankle. So it's not a long, stretchy lunge, but a short lunge. You might have also heard it called a 90-90 lunge because you have roughly 90 degrees at both of your knees. All right, take your right hand to your left leg. Sweep the left hand forward and up and back and down. Just rotate a few times through your left shoulder. Big circles here. All right, the next time your left hand goes back, pause in your twist. Turn your head to look back towards your left hand. All right, turn the left palm up toward the ceiling and down toward the floor. And just do that a few times, letting your palm turn up and down. But let it be more than just your palm that's moving. Let your whole arm start to roll forward and back. Spread the fingers wide. Energize and wake up that left hand. Take another full breath. All right, sweep your left hand forward, both hands to the floor, left leg back to hands and knees. Before we do all of that on the second side, we'll tuck our toes under, lift the knees, take the hips up into the air. As we come into downward facing dog, let your knees bend a little bit, reach your tail toward the sky, and then drop one heel toward the floor. Let the opposite knee bend deeply and switch back and forth. Sensing not only into the backs of your legs, but also how are you distributing the weight into your hands? Is it falling just into the base of your palm, or can you use your fingers as well? And notice how the sensation changes as you use your whole hand. compared to just falling into your hands. Really push into the earth with your fingers. Another breath or two. All right, release down to your knees and sit back toward your feet, coming into child's pose. Give the hands a little break, let the palms turn up. You can squeeze and release your fingers here if it feels like they need a little letting go. Squeeze and release. And then turn the palms back down toward the floor. Take another full breath. All right, rise back up onto hands and knees. So we'll do the second side of that sequence now. So we'll start by lifting the right knee up and out to the side, and then start to rotate through the hip. So your right knee draws a big circle in space. And again, try to localize this movement in your hip rather than letting the torso move all kind of crazy ways. Localizing the movement into your hip as well as keeping your arms relatively straight here. All right, change directions. Same leg, opposite way. All right, next time you inhale, right foot reaches back. Exhale, right knee into the chest, round the back. Twice more, inhale back. Exhale forward. And one more, inhale back. And exhale forward. All right, now as you take your right leg back out to the side, just step the foot directly out from your right hip. Walk your hands in so that you can lift up. All right, now we'll take the right hand to rest on the right leg. Sweep the left arm up alongside the head, starting to sense into the left side of the torso. And then we'll take that left hand to the left shoulder and start to rotate. So now it's the left elbow, drawing a big circle in space. A few times in one direction. And a few times the opposite way. All right, take that same left arm back up alongside your head for another full breath in and out. All right, inhale as you lift up, and exhale, release your left arm down. Now we'll step the right foot forward into a short lunge. And again, now your right knee is over your ankle. Take the left hand across to rest on this right knee. And then right hand goes forward, up, back, and down, rotating through your shoulder. All right, so now the next time you take your right arm back, go ahead and pause in your twist. Turn your head to look back, spotting that right hand, and then turn the palm up and down a few times. And again, let it be more than just the hand that's moving. Roll the whole arm back and forward as much as is possible. So you really should feel this in the shoulder as well. All right, one more breath. All right, now bring that right hand forward, both hands to the floor. Right leg back into hands and knees. And then one more time, we'll tuck our toes under, lift the knees, come up into downward facing dog. Now in the second down dog, take your feet a different distance apart. So you might take them wider, you might take them closer together. But as we did the first time, bend the knees, reach the tailbone high, and again, drop one heel toward the floor as the opposite knee bends. So just changing the posture in a subtle way to input different information into the body. Notice how it feels if your feet are wider than they were or if they are closer together than they were. Couple more breaths. All right, then release down to your knees. And again, sit back towards your feet into child's pose. Once more, if the hands need a little break, feel free to turn the palms up and squeeze and release your fingers a few times, letting go of any held tension in the hands or wrists. All right, one more cycle of breath. All right, come back to hands and knees. And this time, we'll reach the left leg back in space and just keep it lifted so it's about the same height as your torso. Now, with that left leg going back, take your right arm forward. Reach the top of your head forward so the back of your neck is long, just like we did in that seated twist. Lots of length through the torso. Simultaneously feel the bottom of your left foot reaching back and the tips of all of your right fingers reaching forward. Then take the right arm out to the side. Take your right hand to your low back, maybe up a little higher towards the mid back if your shoulder allows it. Keep reaching back through that left foot. And then right arm back out to the side and forward. And then down to the floor, cross your left leg over the right leg so the toes are dropping over toward the right. Curve your spine to the right so you're peeking back at your left foot and creating a big stretch on the left side of the torso. 3 deep breaths. All right, after your third breath, pick your left leg back up, reach it back in space, and then step that left foot forward to your left hand. But this time we'll come into a longer lunge. So scoot your right knee back a little bit. So now you have enough space between your two legs to create a stretch in the front of the right leg, but also the inside and back of your left leg. Now, if your hands don't comfortably come to the floor, maybe you have some blocks you could put underneath your hands for a little bit of arm extension. But we'll come into a twist here. So take your weight into your right hand to left leg, and then slowly twist your torso towards your left leg. Now, if you want a slightly more energetic version of this, you can tuck your right toes under and lift your knee, and then reach your left hand up toward the ceiling. If you want to keep it nice and mellow, keep your back knee down, left hand to left leg. Let's take 3 breaths. All right, after your third breath, nice and slow, release back to hands and knees. Once you get to hands and knees, tuck your toes under, lift your knees back into downward facing dog. Now, from this third downward dog, we're going to inhale and come forward into plank. So, shoulders over the wrists, head to feet straighten out. Exhale back to downward dog. All right, 2 more times. Inhale, rock forward, finding length, head to feet. Exhale back, downward dog. All right, 1 more of those. Inhale, shift forward. And exhale, shift back. All right, release to your knees and sit back towards your feet. 1 full breath in child's pose. All right, back up, hands and knees. This time it'll be the right leg going back in space. And you'll just lift it up the same height as your torso, sensing the bottom of the right foot. Then take your left arm forward, sensing the left fingertips reaching forward and the bottom of the right foot reaching back. Lots of length. Then take that left arm out to the side. And then left hand to low back, or maybe a little higher if your shoulder allows it. Keep reaching back through that right foot. Don't let it fall asleep. And left arm back out to the side. And forward. And then down to the floor. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Drop your toes. Curve your spine to the left so you're peeking back now with that right foot. Sending a big stretch up the right side of the torso. All right, bring your torso back to neutral. Pick that right leg back up. And now step your right foot forward to your right hand. And we'll make a longer lunge. So scoot the left knee back a little bit so that the amount of space between your legs now creates a stretch in both legs in different places. Take your weight into your left hand to right leg. And again, your choice if you want to keep it nice and mellow with the back knee down, right hand, right thigh, or tuck your left toes, lift your knee, and reach your right hand up into the air. All right, either way, 3 big breaths. All right, so after your third breath, slowly come back to hands and knees. Mindfully move back to hands and knees. Once you get there, again, tuck your toes under, lift your knees, come back up into downward dog. All right, 3 more planks as we did before. Inhale, rock forward, finding your plank. Length from head to feet. Exhale, downward dog. 2 more, even slower. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. All right, 1 more. Coming forward. And exhale, back. Now, from this down dog, walk your hands and feet toward each other so that you end up in a forward fold, all the weight in your feet. Some of us may wish to bend our knees here to give the low back a little bit of support by laying the belly on the thighs or close to it. You may grab a hold of your legs. You may grab a hold of your opposite elbows with your hands. You might take your hands down to the floor or to blocks. Take a moment to let your head hang. Shake it gently, yes and no. Let the muscles of your face droop a little bit as they relax and soften, especially around the forehead and eyebrows. Let go of all expression on your face. All right, start to walk your hands up the fronts of your legs, rising up to stand. As you come to stand, shrug your shoulders up, take them back and down again, shrugging up and back and down, and then 1 more up and back and down. All right, we'll step the right foot forward, step the left foot back. So you want to have roughly a couple of feet between your feet, not the widest possible stance that your body can do, but let the feet be several feet apart. And essentially your right foot is in the right half of the mat and your left foot is in the left half of the mat, just so that you don't feel like you're on a tightrope and having a lot of difficulty balancing. If you do feel difficulty balancing, 2 things you can do. Take the feet further towards the long edge of the mat so you're effectively widening your stance, or take less space between your feet so you're shortening the stance in this direction. All right, so from your standing position, we'll take our arms forward, palms come to touch. So feel the connection of palm on palm and each foot on your mat. All right, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, twist to the right. So right arm floats out and back. Do that a couple of times. Inhale the arms back together. Exhale to the right. All right, one more time, breathing in. And breathing out. Now, as you pause in the twist, turn both palms up. Inhale, reach up. Turn your torso to the left. Exhale, lower your arms. Turning back to the right. Inhale, arms up. Turning back to the left. Exhale, arms down. Inhale to the right. Arms up. Exhale to the left. Arms down. One more. Inhale. And exhale. All right, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Shift your weight forward so that most of the weight is on your right foot. And then we'll step the left foot forward so it's a little bit forward of your right foot. Left knee is bent. Almost no weight in that left foot, maybe 5% of the weight, but most of it's in this right leg. All right, now you can choose if you want to keep the ball of your left foot down, or if you want a little bit more challenge to your balance, lift your left thigh so that it's parallel to the floor. If you're lifting your left leg, activate your left foot as though your left foot was also standing on a surface. All right, again, either left thigh parallel to the floor or ball of the left foot on the floor. All right, from here, left arm up, right arm forward. All right, 3 breaths. All right, after your third breath, release your arms. Release your left foot to the floor. Shift the weight to the left. Give your right leg a little shake out if it's fatiguing. And then take your feet to hip distance apart. As we inhale, push the hips back. Take the arms forward and up. So finding chair pose. Take a little more of the weight into your heels. A little softness, a little lightness in the balls and the toes. And then as you exhale, press through your heels, rise back up. Release your arms down, but reach your arms back in space. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, push your hips back, arms forward and up. Weight in the heels. Exhale, press your heels, rise up, reach back. All right, one more. Push the hips back, arms up. Weight in the heels. Now as you exhale, press into your heels, rise up, reach back. All right, this time we'll have the left foot forward. So step back with your right foot. And again, get a few feet between your feet, but have your feet wide enough that you don't feel like you're on a tightrope so that you're not constantly wobbling. But if it's too wide this way, you can narrow the stance. If it's too narrow this way, you can widen the stance. So experiment with your stance to make yourself stable. All right, arms forward, palms touch. Connect with the hands touching each other and the feet rooting into the floor. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist to the left. Left arm goes out and back. Again, inhale, palms back together. Exhale, twist left. And one more inhale. And exhale. All right, turn both palms up. Inhale, reach up. Turn your torso to the right. Exhale, lower your arms. Turning to the left. Inhale, reach up. Turning to the right. Exhale, lower. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Inhale left. Exhale to the right. One more. Inhale left. And exhale right. All right, palms to the heart. Shift your weight forward. Again, most of the weight in your left foot. Step the right foot forward of your left foot just a little bit. Very little weight in the right foot, most of the weight in your left foot. Again, your choice, how much challenge you want to your balance here. Either keep that right foot down or lift your right leg so that your thigh is parallel to the floor. If you're lifting your leg, also activate your right foot. All right. From here, right arm up, left arm forward. Take 3 breaths. And then after your third breath, release your arms. Right foot to the floor. Shift your weight to the right. Shake out your left leg if it's feeling fatigued. And then once again, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, push your hips back, arms float up, find your chair pose. Most of that weight in your heels. Wiggle your toes. Exhale, press your heels, rise up, reach your arms back. 2 more, inhale, hips back, arms up. Exhale, press and rise, reach back. All right, one more, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, so we'll do a standing breathing practice called breath of joy. So stand with your feet a little wider than your hips. In this breathing practice, you'll have some buoyancy in your body. It's kind of a lot of movement. So try not to hold rigidly. Let your knees and your hips and your ankles be kind of soft and buoyant. All right, so 3 breaths in, 1 breath out. When you breathe in, you're breathing in through your nose. So, and then when you're breathing out, it's through your mouth. All right, in, out. And as you're doing this, your arms will go forward on the first inhale, out on the second inhale, and up on the third inhale. So, and then as you exhale, it's out through your mouth, but you bend your knees and sweep your arms back. All right. So we'll do this roughly 15 to 20 rounds. I usually don't count. We'll see how many it is today. So standing comfortably a little wider than hip distance, buoyancy in your knees, land into your feet. And let's begin. Last one. And now just pause, fold it about halfway forward. You can bend your knees and let your forearms rest on your thighs here to give your torso some nice length. Just let the breath come back into a natural and easy and unrestricted pace of flowing in and out. All right, as you become ready, gradually come back to stand. And now we'll step near the back of the mat. As we inhale, reach the arms up into the air. And exhale, fold forward. Walk out to downward dog. So as your hands come to the floor, walk them forward. Take your hips up. All right, release down to your knees. And then come all the way down onto your back. And as you come onto your back, just hug your knees into your chest. Give them a gentle squeeze. A little rock side to side. All right, let the knees drop over to the left. And then sweep your right arm over to the right. The right arm and the legs are kind of melting in opposite directions. And gently sway your head a bit side to side and see where your head wants to land. Again, relax your facial muscles, your jaw, forehead and eyebrows in particular. And see if you can feel the weight of your eyes just dropping into their sockets. Your tongue heavy. All right, ease your legs back to center. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Bring your legs in toward your chest, reaching for that left leg. If it's not possible to grab your left leg, perhaps just grab the right leg because that's the one we're trying to kind of stretch or invite sensation into anyway. So if it doesn't work for your proportions to grab through to that left leg, just grab the right leg, one hand on the foot, one hand on the knee. And just gently guide your right leg toward your chest, any amount that's comfortable and possible. All right, either way, 3 big breaths. All right, so after your third breath, release the feet down to the floor. Step them a little wider than your hips, and then just gently sway your knees a few times from side to side. All right, take both knees back into your chest. This time, drop them over to the right side. Send your left arm over to the left side so that your left arm and your legs are melting away from each other. Sway the head a bit side to side. See where your head wants to land in comfort. Slow, steady, easy breath. All right, ease the legs back to center. Now we'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Bring the legs in toward the chest. Again, either reach all the way through for that right leg, or if that doesn't quite work, just hold on to the left leg, one hand to foot, one hand to knee, bringing the leg in toward your chest. All right, 3 deep breaths. And release both feet down to the floor. Step them a little wider than your hips. And again, sway the knees side to side. All right, now depending on how much time you have in the rest of your day as you're practicing, you may wish to take a nice long Shavasana right here, just laying on your back, resting for 5, 15, 20 minutes, however long you like. If you need to move on for whatever is coming next in your day, take your time to slowly roll to one side. Pause there for a couple of deep breaths. And then when you're ready, press yourself up and into a seated position. And as we find ourselves back in this seated position, we'll guide our palms together in front of the heart, reconnecting with the light within ourselves as well as each other. Thank you again for practicing with me today, whether you're here with me live or watching it at a later time. I'll do another live in about 2 weeks on the 15th, so hope to see you then. Bye-bye.